Alright, the next story quest in Final Fantasy XIV is the Blasphemy Unmasked. Unmasked? Unmasked? Anyway, given to us by Ahewan, who is, if I remember correctly, he's the leader of... I think Radz-at-Han, yeah. I am cheating using the map, but yeah, it's the leader of Radz-at-Han. Here we go. Forgive me, my friends, but I must return to Megaduta for the time being. There I can better manage this crisis and dispatch my troops as the situation demands. In that case, we shall carry out an investigation of our own here in the city. Mayhap the residents can tell us more about the first of the transformations and the conditions under which it occurred. If we can ascertain what exactly triggered these tragic events, it may give us some insight as to a possible solution. That was all Alphino. Time is of the essence. Let us split into 3 groups that we may cover more ground. Alice and I will see to Poxa's path. Thancred and Ishtola pray make for Dharma. I leave Artha to Graha and you, Mercy. Any information you can gather on the first blasphemy or the manifestation of the final days here in the city would be most helpful. When we have completed our respective inquiries, let us reconvene in front of Megaduta that we might share what we've learned with the satrap. Alright. We all walk off in our respective directions. Shall we be off then? Says Graha. Arthur is home to the high crucible of Alchemia, whose alchemists forged many of our warning scales. That seems as good a place as any to begin our investigation, don't you think? I spoke briefly with Nuhadin, the chief alchemist there, on our last visit. He should be happy to answer our queries. I got Graha as a tag-along for now, and it's not a mount zone. Can I teleport? I'm unattuned to that one, so it wouldn't. Yeah, this one though, right? Yeah, let's see if I can do that. Does he stick with us? Wait, does this connect? Hold on. Ah, come on, map. Be somewhat... Yeah. I probably wasted more time doing this than if I just sprinted. But hey, it's the principle that matter. Alright, how do I get up there? I gotta go. Stairs. Got some switchback stairs. That's one landing. Top landing. And around. And Nuhadin. We have found you. Very ornately colored. Multiple colors on the floor. Multiple patterns. This does look like they got like steam tanks and piping systems. And a big old, like, kind of, this lamp, it's big old, like, urn. It's a big urn, like, 3 or 4 stories tall, maybe. That could be their forge, yeah. This magma. Anyway. Nuhadin. Ah, I remember those red eyes. You were with those Scions who commissioned the scales from us, yes? I welcome you back to the High Crucible. What brings you here in these troubling times? We are assisting the satrap in investigating the crisis that plagues the city. Did you happen to catch sight of any of the creatures? I did. As I was going about my work, I was disturbed by crashing footsteps so powerful that the very ground shook. I rushed outside and could not believe what I beheld. The night sky was burning. Suddenly, I heard panicked screams coming from the direction of Bazaar. In the next instant, a monstrous beast poked its head out from amidst the stalls. A handful of the Radiant rushed to the scene, only to be sent sprawling as the fiend and its minions propelled themselves skyward. So the blasphemy came from the vicinity of the markets. This knowledge may prove useful. I thank you for sharing your tale. Well, I do believe we now know where we should go next. Where we should inquire next. To the bazaar, then. Okay. Let's just do the sprinty sprint, because I don't. Yeah, I think getting back to the High Crucible checkpoint, waypoint, Aetheryte would not do me good for expediency. All about that expedience. At the expedience. About that. I'm sorry, that was horrible. So we have a bazaar. We have Varsa. This looks like a hologram. Oh. We'll talk to you first. Discuss the textile stalls. Sure. So this is Thavnarian weave. I must say it bears a resemblance to the traditional fabrics of Corvos. Small wonder, really, given that it's just across the water. Not that I am much of an expert in Corvosi culture, of course. I've not had the occasion to visit my ancestral home since coming to Charlian, and like as not, I will never reside there again. That said, in recent days I felt more acutely aware of my heritage, and grateful for it. It is thanks to my forebears that I inherited the royal eye, and with it the wisdom of ancient Alag. And so, well, I simply hope that my countrymen are safe, and one day, when this calamity is but a memory, I would like to see the Corvos again, if only once. I would like to see Corvos, not the Corvos. Alright, here's Varsra. Forgive me, but my shop's closed until further notice. Needless to say, we've more pressing concerns these days. We have not come in search of wares, but information concerning the enormous fiend that tore through the bazaar. Did you perchance witness anything? Afraid not, my friend. I was here the whole time, and so I only saw its little minions. Made a mess of the place, they did. While that was all going on, the great big one tore through the west side of the bazaar. You'd have better luck asking there. Alright. So we will... It's kind of it's ovular. So we just went up the right side of the oval. And we're going to go down the left, but not very far. We have Zetaner. Is something the matter, traveler? If you are lost, perhaps I could be of assistance. Your offer is most appreciated. We are not lost, but we are in need of information. Might you know anything about the gargantuan beast that rampaged through the bazaar? Aye, I saw it all, though I wish I had not. I was going about my work when all of a sudden a piercing scream cut through the air. I turned around, and there was the fiend, its massive body bursting through the entryway with the force of a tidal wave. And then it was gone, as quickly as it came. And yes, I'm very familiar that my accent changed like a billion times there. I don't even care anymore. I don't even care anymore. I just want to play the game and make videos. Alright, we have Rodvira. Female? No, male. Okay, I'm sorry. Sisters have mercy? What is happening to the world? What am I to do? Is nowhere safe? Settle down, friend. The danger has passed, at least for now. If it's not too painful to remember, could you tell us what you saw? First I heard the screams, then a horde of ravening beasts came charging towards us. One of them was huge, bigger than a marid, throwing people around like rag dolls, and it was eating them. I hid under the counter, saw others do the same. But the shrieking and wailing kept getting louder, more voices in the throng. Beasts or victims, I couldn't tell. I knew not what was happening. I still don't. That is enough, my good man. You were brave to share with us your tale. Many of your fellow merchants are safe. The High Crucible, too, has survived mostly unscathed. Pray stay close to your friends and loved ones, and rest your body and mind while you are able. I suspect that is the most we can expect the people here to tell us. I think it best we find a place outside the bazaar where we might rest and review our findings. Alright, so we'll go back north. We have a circle where we will talk to Graha. Judging by their accounts, the transformation had already occurred by the time the beast reached the bazaar. It tore through the west side of the bazaar and headed towards the Aetheryte Plaza. In other words, the Blasphemy may have first appeared in this vicinity. That being the case, the people in that Mayhane can surely tell us more. So we're going north? Yeah. There's a little room we gotta travel northwest, and then directly northeast. There's a room back here. It's Maydres. Alright, sorry. Mayreeds Mayhane. I have this one, right? Yeah, I have them all except for the main Aetheryte because it wasn't allowed to. Stupid they started doing that. I think they've done that in the past 2 new zones that I've had to come to. Here's a fearful higher human. looking out. It's not a window, but an open archway. Several open archways kind of in a row that make up the outside of this building. It's kind of like a tea area, maybe hookah. I don't know. I don't see hookahs, but... Going after that enormous beast, are you? I saw it, including the very instant that poor bastard transformed. Damn the gods for putting me there. It started over there, by the window. A few men, merchants probably, talking and drinking. Conversation must have taken a turn for the worse. Next thing I know, their leader, I suppose he was, buries his head in his hands, and black mist was swirling about him. Then his whole body bursts apart, and there stands a hideous, slavering beast, massive and foul, all gaping maws and bulging eyes. His friends start shrieking, then the black mist comes again, until the change takes them too. The stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Nightmarish indeed. Incidentally, do you perchance know who those merchants were? No, I'm a decorator by trade, not much cause to mingle with their sort. Saw Myleel, the barmaid, chatting with them, though. She might know something. Oh, here's Myleel, but she doesn't... Oh. She seems lost in thought and then just offers us a seat. But we'll go to the actual bar here, where Rulmyra is. Even after repairing all that damage... Oh, is that a guy or girl? Sorry. Guy. Yeah. Even after repairing all that damage, it'll take a while for business to pick up again. We inquire. Something. You mean the Blasphemy? That's what the Radiant have been calling it anyway. I saw it too. We all did. I was standing here at the counter as Miraide poured me a drink, when suddenly there came this dreadful sound like a pained, angry groan. It was unlike anything I've ever heard. I turned around in shock, and from an ominous cloud of black mist rose the creature, enormous and ghastly to behold. As for what happened next, to recall it sends shivers up my spine. By some stroke of fortune, I was able to slip outside before the beast got his claws on me. But the sight that greeted me offered no solace. The blue sky above turned red as blood. Miraide, myself, and the other survivors clung to each other for dear life until the Radiant host came to our aid. Wait, did I hear you correctly? The beast manifested before the sky began to burn? I'm certain of it. The windows here offer a clear view of the sky, and I saw nothing out of the ordinary until the beast appeared and began to rage. Now we talk to Myleel. For real. Sorry. Cutscene. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Radz-at-Han. What can we get you? If you wonder why I'm having trouble pronouncing it, it's Mehryde. Miraide? Maridz? I'm gonna go with Maridz actually. Radz-at-Han. And then that's M-E-Y, like May, but not May. Anyway, H-A-N-E. Radz-at-Han. I don't know. What can we get you? We have come not for libations, but rather for information. You are Myleel, yes? We are investigating the so-called blasphemy on the satrap's behalf. We hear it was one of your customers, a merchant, that first underwent the transformation. What can you tell us about him? She looks down, kind of... He was something of a regular here, especially of late. Kalzal was his name. He ran his own consortium, dealing primarily in the exports of Thavnarian specialties. It gets us thinking. Where have I heard that name before? Or it's through him we met Matsya. It's through him we met Matsya. I guess. Yeah. Yes, the name rings a bell. Didn't you meet them both on your first trip to Thavner? If I recall correctly, Kalzal ran a trading operation in Yedlamad, and it was there that you made Matsya's acquaintance. The waitress nods. Yes, that is the same Kalzal, no doubt. A rather successful man from what I gather. That said, it was clear that he had fallen on hard times of late. Those ghastly towers popping up everywhere cannot have been good for business. Even now, with the towers gone, the collapse of the Empire has led to all sorts of problems elsewhere. The market for luxuries is surely not what it once was. Trying times for the head of a trading consortium, indeed. Kalzal was a compassionate man. Even as his own business suffered, he did what he could to provide for the artisans, fishermen, and many others who counted on him to sell their wares. Indeed, that was the very topic of yesterday's meeting, as far as I could hear. Yet as they discussed matters further, Kalzal's tone grew grave and grim. It was then that... Forgive me, I would not have you recall the memory if it brings you pain. If I could, I would ask just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual about Kalzal in particular? Please, anything at all? She shakes her head no. Sorry, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps someone else can help you? Kalzal lived for his work and had no family that I know of. His employees and associates knew him best, but they too are lost to us. Still, perhaps his neighbors know something I do not. I can direct you to them, if you believe it would help. What do you say? We nod. The Blasphemy Unmasked is probably complete. Let's see if there's any after FMVs. And there are not. So that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back for another soon.